So, I've mentioned to some of you guys that you're going to be seeing a historic Triumph soon. It's a Triumph Bonneville. Me and John are going to collect it now. It's not really a project, it's his bike. But you guys will at least see it and you might get to hear it. I'm very excited. Right guys, here we are. John doesn't know, I'm sorry John. This is it, the bike is exactly how John wrapped it. Promise you, haven't touched it at all. We were going to wait to reveal the bike, weren't we? And this is going to be it. We're going to pull it out, we're going to get the tank off, and we're going to top it up with some vinegar. And that's what we're going to leave in overnight tonight. And then tomorrow, which should be within this same video, we're going to come back and we're going to see, fingers crossed, a 50-year-old Triumph running and riding. That's what we're aiming to see tomorrow. Let's get this pulled out there and we'll have a little look at it. I can't wait, absolutely can't wait. Alright guys, here we go. That's a 1972 Triumph Bonneville 650 T120. Absolutely stunning bike. Drum brakes all around, which I love. No major changes to this one. We believe it's running its normal mechanical point system, but we can check that. I believe that's under there, but John, I'm not sure. John is kind of considering switching that to electric at some point. These carbs are not the original carbs, of course, they're from Japan. Some people would be fussy about that. They want the originals, which were called... Amal. Yes, Amal. The truth is that these upgrades cost £400 or £500. The bike starts better and runs better. That's the truth. Now these side panels are original, but this bit has been cut out to accommodate this filter. I don't think this filter is any particular name. I think John's going to go to the flat round ones at some point and potentially go... actually, you're going to put an older side panel on, aren't you? Around the one. And then the other thing John's going to look at is a rounder seat. So this seat's great, it looks like it's been done recently, but I see from the tank angle what he's talking about. I get that makes sense to me. The other thing is these, we're pretty sure these are Norton End Pipes, and the owner said that they were either amazing copies or just original Norton End Pipes. Same on both, but this exhaust system, John, is in great condition. Yeah. Great condition. This bike's 50 years old, guys. This is the oil in frame edition bike. Now, depending on who you talk to, there'll be a pro or con on that one, but we love it. We think it's great, and we love the bike. It's the American fuel tank, so it's kind of the teardrop shape. John was specifically looking for that. Handlebars, I believe, are original, but they can be changed. And the thing that got me most, guys, was the left. So this is the brake on the left, and on the right is the gear change. I have never seen it. Never seen it. And when we talked to the owners, who are well-known Triumph guys, actually, it really made me understand how knowledgeable I wasn't. I can work on these modern bikes with carbs, but the stuff they were talking about was so in-depth with this bike that I couldn't even fathom it, actually. When we were talking about balancing the carbs, I'm sitting there thinking, hang on a minute, how do we balance carbs when there's no joint, there's no join? They're running on the same throttle, that's how they balance. And he goes, well, you balance them with the idle adjuster, and I'm sitting there thinking, hang on, that makes sense. So, great bike, amazing. It's got a little bit of gunk in the tank. We're going to flush it out with the vinegar overnight, and tomorrow it should look sparkling, and tomorrow our aim is to start this up. Guys, just warming up the Honda. I was just saying to John it would drive to Scotland and back, but it'd only do it once, but I was joking, of course. There you go, full to the brim of white vinegar. We're going for around, it'll be around, I guess, 15 hours ish. 15 hours ish. You can see what it's doing there. You can kind of see it working away already. You see, I'll get you in there. Wow, what a shot. Wow, that's like ASMR. Look at that, John. Look on the screen, look. It's working away. It's kind of, yeah, you can see it kind of working away. You'll see that these areas here, guys, that kind of area there, you'll see tomorrow that It should just basically look metal when we come back. The lid, we'll do something separate. We'll get some sandpaper on that. We'll get a little bit of, yeah, a bit of WD actually. That bit will be fine. It's full to the brim, so we don't need to slosh it around. We don't really need to do anything. We just need to take it, let it sit all night, and tomorrow I'll show you what we look like then. Yes! This is the first time we've seen the electrics, guys. What's that? Wow, is that high and low, John? Is that high and low?
I don't know, yeah. That's
What?
high.
That's high and low. Yeah.
Brake light?
Brake. Yes, brake light. And rear brake light, John? Yes, brake light. Wow, exciting. What was that doing, John? What was that doing? Look,
Turns it off.
yeah, but the side light stays on. American spec, maybe it has to have. Look at that. That's amazing. Oh yes, so you can have the main beam off to save power, I guess.
Yeah. Has it got a neutral light? Hasn't got a neutral light.
It might, is it in neutral? Yeah, it must be. Is it in neutral?
Well, we wheeled it out.
We did read it out, hang on. Yeah, we're in neutral. No neutral light. That will probably just be a bulb, eh, John? It needs a bit of working, doesn't it? It needs to be used. It needs the oil. We could check the gearbox oil. Gearbox oil.
That's the first gear.
Nice. Can hear good compression there. Second. Neutral. Right, back on the stand.
Could be a
Simple little bulbs in there, John, I'm sure. That's great news, guys. We've got brake lights, we've got front lights, we've got, wow. A horn?
I don't know.
No horn. What's this, John?
Maybe it's a kill switch. There's no horn.
Is that passing? Is that flashing? You kind of, oh yeah, if you put it on, John. Let's see if this is, put it on the other one. Oh, I don't know what that button does. And this up and down button.
No. Got instrument lights.
Surely that's indicators in it, John.
I haven't got any.
What? Oh my god.
Maybe it should be indicators.
I didn't even think. No, it wouldn't have had them. They came in 83 kind of full time, didn't they, John?
Yeah.
This is the horn here. What are the second wires underneath?
I don't know. I'll have to look at it.
Earths. This needs earths to get the horn. We'll work that out. Yes, so tomorrow.
Isn't that?
Oh, there.
That's the neutral. That's the indicator. Neutral.
But look on the wall.
That's the horn.
Oh my god, hang on. Look, it's the same on both sides. Are they meant to be?
I don't know.
So what does this do?
Maybe that's for the indicators.
It appears to be left and right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Don't know. So that's it for today, guys. We've got the finger going there, sitting at the back, sorting itself out overnight. We've got good electrics so far. Compression seems fine. We're considering, we think we should do a carb clean tomorrow on both carbs. We'd be nuts not to pop it off and check the bowls. They could be caked, you know. We'll pick up a couple of carb cleaners at Halford's. Ideally we need some new fuel lines. I've got some, but I just think if we get decent ones that we can put on and leave on. My ones are that kind of flimsy crap. It doesn't look ideal, although it is good. It is good line. But I like the thicker kind of braided lines, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something that happens.
Yes, definitely. I picked them up a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. So tomorrow you'll see a kind of basic carb clean. You'll check the tank to see how clean it's come out. I bet we're amazed with how clean it's come out. And remember, if tomorrow me and John aren't happy with that fuel tank, we can go back and get some more. You can do another 24 hours. And then you can flush it out fully. But this is the beautiful 1972 Triumph Bonneville. Let's push it in, John. We don't want the rain on this. Alright guys, welcome back. For you, this is, well, for you, you've been gone half a second. For us, we've been overnight. Check out this tank. Look at the difference. Now I know that looks like that's rust, but that's not. That's rust floating. The actual metal is back to metal. Look at that. Unbelievable. Great job there. And that was all my idea, guys. John wanted to send the tank off and spend 500 quid on getting it re-coated. And I was like, just chuck some vinegar in there. Then he Googled it. And once someone agreed with him, it was a good idea, right? Yeah, that's the one. That, guys, is stunning. That's worked even better than we expected, actually. What we've got to do is drain half out back into the container, because the truth is you can reuse it. It's acidic, isn't it? But we were just saying that really we want to filter it out somehow. So we'll go and get some sort of sieve thing. When you come to tipping this out, take both of the bungs out fully, because I mean, really, if this tap works, which does this tap work? Look, the tap does work. What I don't want is that this tap has a little bit of a filter on it. We don't want to keep the crap in there. We want it to come out. So you want the biggest, really. So I think we'll take. My concern about taking that one off now, John, is if we can't bang it back up when we want to. So I'm thinking, drain 5 litres out because there's 10 in here, and then drain.
That's a reserve tank, and that's the main tank.
So it's going to hold.
Yeah, some of it, and I think as well.
Okay. All right. So I think John's right. So we'll undo this side, because it should only hold a certain amount. Although that's not true, because it's still going to also drop all of this. But we'll work it out in live time. We want the crap colour, guys. We want to see chunks. We want to see bits. Yes, that's what we want to see. See it all. Look, we want it out. This is where it gets nearing the top, and John goes, shit.
Brown vinegar.
That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. That is the right colour, guys, because it's been doing its job. And what we were saying earlier was that there's nothing to stop us we could wait, why haven't we got the second container?
Ready?
Why did it take us so long to realise we put 10 litres in ourselves? Although I did want to kind of slosh it a little bit. Yeah, do, John. Yeah, give it slosh. Oh, hang on. It might be. Yes, there you go. You got chunks out there. It needs a bit of sloshing, John. Don't worry about it on the floor. It's good for the floor. It's vinegar. What we will do, guys, with fuel, is we will flush the tank with fuel a couple of times in the same way we're doing now. So we'll slosh it, we'll flush it, we'll slosh it. Yes, big chunks came out there, John.
Wow.
Yes, that's the stuff. That's what we need. Look at that. Alright guys, we are we're doing great actually. We got the fuel tank. What we did was we took it down to the jet wash. We jet washed it out. Obviously there's going to be small remnants of rust in there, but it will function. Now we're going to be popping these carbs off to give them a clean. Alright guys, the bowls are fairly loose actually. They're not overly tight, but this is real time, so this is really interesting to see. I mean, we were tempted to fuel this up and go, you know, but it's so quick to do a carb clean that you should just pop it off. We've got carb cleaner here, John. I'll film if you want to. You know, we've got the cleaner, guys. It takes half an hour to give a good carb a clean, you know. And we'll know by this bowl if this bowl has varnish in it, if it has any kind of what's it called? Oxidization in it. We'll know. So this is real time. This is a carb, an upgraded carb off our Triumph Bonneville. Our Triumph Bonneville, John.
It's already started.
Of John's Triumph Bonneville.
Charlie's. It's not mine.
Interesting system. Oh, so the floats. Yeah, I mean it needs a good clean because that's the main jet there.
Yeah.
The float valve looks good though, so we can leave that alone. So for me, it'll be cleaning the through there and through the main float valve. Maybe giving the floats a bit of a clean. Are they stuck, John?
They slide out, I think.
I think they slide up, don't they?
Yeah.
All right. So these need minimal cleaning from what we can see here this far, guys. So we're going to give these a quick clean. We won't film it. There's no need. We'll do one each. What you normally find on bikes is that one carb is worse than the other, because when you fuel a carb, one carb stays more fueled than the other as a general rule. One carb gets it first. Now on this bike, to be fair, yes, on this bike, that's the left carb. That's the carb that gets the main run off the fuel. I'm trying to think. Yeah, normally as a general rule, one is worse than the other, so we'll have a quick look. So we did a good job cleaning these carbs. I was just saying to John that see this round chamber here around the main float, guys, that's to trap fuel in, so that's so that you always have fuel on the main jet, and that's for more off-roading and stuff. So it's a really interesting design. It's a great design. Modern carbs don't do that anymore. So if you're sloshing around too much, you can lose fuel up the main jet. These carbs weren't that dirty, but well worth cleaning, because once the sludge at the bottom, you see there's quite a lot of brown in here, that liquefies and goes straight up the jet, and then you're back to square one where your main jet needs cleaning again. So this is a good solid carb clean. Also the fuel lines are brand new, the fuel tank's been thoroughly cleaned, and there's nothing left to sludge down. Now what we would ideally like to do would be to put an inline filter. Problem is, tank sits here, carb sits here. I don't know if we can get the filters in. We could probably work it out. We could probably do something like go across to the opposite carbs, if that makes sense. We could probably do something like that and put the filter in. We'll work it out. But also, you don't want to see the filters, so we need a way of kind of working them up. But beautiful bike. I just can't contain myself. I want to get to the stage where John gets flipped over the handlebars trying to kick it started. We'll make sure we're filming it, Gary. You know these kickstarts, these old kickstarts, they can flip back so fast that they can break your leg or throw you. Yeah, because there's no electric start on this. So later when we're kicking it, you can go straight over the handlebars, or you can break your leg, or, you know, so we'll make sure we're filming that one. One carb at a time, John's absolutely right. I mean, if you know carbs, it wouldn't matter too much, but it does make sense. We actually referenced how the floats sit using this carb, which is always something you can do, although I did take note of how they sat beforehand, which was a fat boy out, clip to the bottom. So however you do it, what works for you.